It's probably bread.
Yeah, that's
Negotiating. Yeah, they did move it up, huh?
Yeah, it went from 130, wasn't it 130?
137, yeah.
Yeah, 137, now it's 162.
Watch, we're coming up to the
162. It's gonna be interesting. Drew, whenever we have the first 300 in marble race, we can pull it up.
It's interesting because they moved it as soon as, but right before price and did a discount for it.
Did you just see that? Those rats.
It's moving the market.
Those rats. Oh, man. If you guys are anyways, what I'm trying to say is there was massive order on both now sitting a red wall of sellers sitting at first it was sitting at 137, and then they moved it to 165. 1,000 orders there, which is unusual for them times. Right when we got to that level,
Yeah, well, now it's back. It's back at 187.
Yep.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's just
Straight up bullshit right there. Yeah, somebody's toying with the market.
I've never seen nothing.
Yeah, especially that's brazen right there.
That's it. It's crazy.
They're pulling the orders right before they get out.
What is the purpose? What is
It's
the
all priced up there. It's worked twice already.
Well, they, keep in mind, algos and HFTs, some of them are just programmed to go to liquidity. And so buy at 150 and sell at 150.25 in the directional liquidity. You do that 1,000 contracts or 500 contracts, you do that 100 times a day. That's a pretty good profit right there. Even if it's just a tick, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, whatever. So you can do that and draw price action to you. It's like a market cheat code. It's why there are
That's my phone. Ủa, tên nó đấy.
We did just get the word that red bottom tickets that long. Like actually bottom ticket.
Like 108 bottom ticket?
I think so. Nick, what's the entry in that?
Holy shit.
He literally like
Brett, you should have stayed in this plane, like what happened? Nice. 5K on that.
nice one.
I just want to know what encouraged you to. Yeah.
Well, this time, look what they did. They dropped it down just a couple of spots and moved it back up.
Rats.
That's crazy right there. That's which member of Congress is that?
Yeah, literally. Pelosi, is that you?
Yeah. I don't know if she can click things fast enough anymore. It keeps moving up. Now it's up to 200. Now it's up to 200.
It's just moving it. Like at this point,
Okay. Someone's getting fired on this thing. We just continue up, like.
Oh, somebody's making a lot of money off this. What's that?
Potentially, yeah.
all right, we have the winner here on the marbles. We have a version of you, Mary, the curly man.
Hey.
Silvio the curly man. You won a 150k growth account. Make sure to grab something in the chat so you see it there. And then as soon as we do have the last marble cross the finish line, that person will be 50k growth account.
Well, I think this is a good time to invite our first guest for today. So, Joey, any party wisdom for 25 TV viewers?
Be patient on days like today. It's a little tricky. It's pretty heavy price action right out of the gate. So just be patient. Don't try to force anything or chase. There's always something on the opportunity. Just like today, we in the trade ran without me. I'm just kind of sitting back and waiting for another opportunity to present itself. So be patient. There will always be more opportunities when the weeks, when the months, when the year.
That's absolutely it. All right. Well, Joey, I believe we'll see you next Tuesday.
Sounds good.
All right. Have a good week. We'll see you guys. See you next
Joey.
week.
Thank you.
All right, Silvio, you got to type in the chat here, please.
没有啦，他的那个 gas，他们每次有 gas trader 上来 share 他们的
And the
trading
last person to
process。
cross the finish line was Bruce Williams.
At least 他 trade 的 style 跟我一样。
150K growth account.
哦，现在
Write
primary
something in the chat really quick, and then also add your emails into the
来
chat
说这个。
so we can actually reach out to you and send you your free quotes. Congrats, guys.
Yeah, that's the order book right now.
Same.
For anyone who's wondering, 23,200 now as this order. We went from 23, 137 to 187 to now 200. Again, these 1,000, there's just orders for 1,000 orders. So we're really looking for, they're looking for this to potentially drop even further. And I can see these orders are just keep going. It's not at all. Not at all.
Well,
But no one cares. That would even kill me.
Yeah, if you watch Bookmap, if anyone wants to try it, I encourage just, whether it's YouTube or whatever, just watch it go now. And yeah, it's like everything. It's gonna take way more than that to kind of understand what's going on. If you watch this, you can always notice kind of some of the subtle games that are being played on the order book. This is crazy. Like this is. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. I had used Bookmap for a year or so until very recently. But I was pretty consistent for about 3.5 years. Have you ever seen anything like this on the book?
You know what? I'll be honest. I've seen like once before that I can recall. It doesn't happen often. This is very rare for you to see some sort of order like this. And this is manipulation that's finest to be fair. So. And it's really the only thing that's on the book. I don't see anything else. Like my chart is completely blue. How I have it.
Well, you know what else I see is that our one and only Gandalf is ready to come on stream. So let's bring him on. Can we get a welcome Gandalf in the chat, please?
Welcome.
Let's bring him on.
All right. What's up?
Hey, good morning, team.
Good morning. How are you doing out there?
All good. All good. It's raining in London, which is not unusual.
Only on days that end in Y.
No, it's good to be back on again. And yeah, I don't want to take us from the chart action too much. So I think I'm only going to come on for 10 minutes. So we'll see how long my kind of spiel goes on. But I'll try to keep it short. But I just wanted to come on just quickly and talk about Tradify 2.0 and migration over to the site. So
对啊，2317 O 已经是很好了。
So just firstly, before I get into big thanks to the customers of Tradify, our traders and users for their patience over the last 72 hours and giving us a little bit of grace to get this new tech infrastructure right and getting it working, getting it in good order. So we appreciate your support. I think we've probably got another day or so before I think we resolve some of the kind of last remaining issues that are out there. And just wanted to say that our staff, our support team, I think we've got one of the best support teams in the industry, but they are working around the clock to fix anyone that has any issues with the migration or from last night's report. So as long as you put in a ticket into support, every issue will get that's been identified. They will be fixed up as soon as possible.
3175.
And I think by tomorrow, maybe Thursday, but in the next 24 to 48 hours, I think we will be back into kind of cruise control and everything
3175.
last week. So yeah, just again, thanks a lot. It's been an interesting couple of days, but we're coming out with a really have some really cool stuff coming out. So just I've seen a couple questions in the Discord and in the kind of community. I just wanted to just answer those couple questions that I've seen people asked. And one of them was
162.
Why has this redesign of the website? Why has it been so disruptive, right? And I just wanted to address that because really to answer that, you have to understand that this was not just simply a redesign. It's not a case of taking your car, you've got maybe a fresh paper, we took the car and
Declining volume and smaller candle despite higher delta. So we can't take the trade yet because this will be a second tier.
All from the ground up. So this is not just a new website design. This is the whole technical infrastructure has been moved into a more modern platform. So there was various reasons, but we had to do this when we went from one tech stack to another. So that's why we had this very complicated migration over the weekend. And we ran into a couple of issues. We tested this thing. There are a couple of situations we can't test for until you go live. We ran into a couple on Sunday night. As you've seen, within 24 hours, we've gotten out of that, and we're in a much better place. So, as I said at the start, there's still a few issues. We will get to them and we will resolve it. But this was a really complicated migration that I think in the end we've done. We've come out successfully from. So that's just that quick question. The other one I wanted to address as well is why do it at all? I guess, right. So I've seen that question. Why? The old site was perfectly fine. Why even move complicated infrastructure? And I think this is a really good question. And we had a perfectly fine setup last week, and why risk it all, right? So just I wanted to bring up one mantra that Brett has in his investment strategy, which is no risk.
So that they do that.
He took that kind of approach here, right? So 25, we're extremely ambitious to take over the prop trading market, but was to take over our tech infrastructure before. It was fine, and if all we wanted to do was carry on what we were doing before. But our plan is to build something bigger and to add lots more tools for you guys, lots more capabilities, more platforms.
Slow.
If you look at one of our biggest competitors, they've been trying to migrate to a new tech infrastructure over the last 6 months, and I think they're only at 6 months. We didn't want to wait 6 months, so we did it over a weekend, right? So it's very ambitious, very risky, but we planned for it. And coming out this week, we're going to be.
So this is a reversal.
So just quickly, before I give it to the floor and ask a question, what to expect next is probably the next kind of question you may have, right? So in the very short term, next few days, we'll be fixing everything. Like I said, our supporters are working on the clock, so hopefully we'll be free of any issues, any kind of minor bugs.
It's a very unhealthy trend line,
and then looking a little bit further ahead, lots of cool stuff is coming, right? So if you
expected to see the trend line being
you're
broken.
presented for the very first time a platform selection page. So expect that page to get populated very, very soon. We have one that's already on there that says coming soon. So I think that's quite exciting as well. When you go to purchase, you've got the option of credit cards. We're going to be adding lots more options there. Crypto, ACH, PayPal, etc. Right? We have one of the best journal systems out there, but now with the new site, we can tightly integrate those two things, sprinkle some AI capabilities, and you'll be able to get some best insights. So that's in. We're not talking now that we've done this migration. That's coming soon, and then long term, we've got cool stuff we've got pipeline. So lots of things to look forward to now that we've got through this kind of difficulty right now. So. Just in summary, we apologize for any bugs or inconvenience with the tech transition. We'll fix every issue, big or small, and you can trust us, trust the team. And just looking ahead, I think this is the start of the Tradify takeover. So get ready.
Vinny, one of the things that stood out to me early in my career was when a trader who had been, when I was getting into day trading, a trader who'd been in it for about 20 years told me, you have to constantly evolve. You just sit there stagnant on what you're doing, even if it's working, before you know it, everything's going to pass you by. It seems like you guys are taking that very same approach with Tradify website, which website looks fantastic. So once everything is online there, I can't imagine how well it's going to function. But So in this scenario, is that kind of your guys' attitude as an admin team? It's like if we just sit here and stagnate and be satisfied, we'll find ourselves out pretty soon.
I mean, it's like that with any business or anyone in any market, right? If you know, TradeFi is doing great. It's awesome. We're growing every month, right? We have now 40,000 users. So we could just sit here and celebrate that and carry on as normal. But as I said before, we do want to continue growing. We want to become the biggest prop in the space. But not only and do that by giving our users the best technology, the best platform, the best tools, the most options, right? And that's that's why we had to take the risk. So, yeah, agreed.
Yeah, we're super excited. I know this has been in the works for a while too. And when we work I've worked with websites before, and it get complicated when you're dealing with so many working parts. So I'm sure we all feel satisfied with what's happening. And there's growing pains in it, but otherwise, onward and upward from here.
That's it. Yeah, well, I mean, we have awesome users, right? So I don't know. When you experience tech issues, it drives a lot of emotion. I mean, I get frustrated. I expect tech to work, right? When I expect it to work. So I get it. It's frustrating, and we're aware of it. And as long as you flagging any issues that you see, that helps us as well. It helps make the platform much more
very uncertain, not clear.
So we'll be in a good place. I mean, you can think about the size of this transition: 40,000 users, all of that data, all that history, all of the accounts, and they're going from one to another. But the team behind the scenes has done a fantastic job. So I guess I don't know if there's any questions that pop out, but again, I don't want to take us from the action in the markets because we're kind of settled into a range. Everything's actually happening. Yeah, but
I would say we've had a number of questions about Project X.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I was hinting at, right? So if you now buy an account, you've got that broker selection page, you have TraderBait, Trader as it's been the only option, and now we've got Project X on with coming soon. So after this week, once we've settled down with the site and everything's working smoothly, Project X is the number one priority to get that launched. So I mean we've already kind of I think told people that we are bringing Project X, but it's now that we've got through this weekend, it is imminent. So you're a Project X trader. Get ready to trade Project X and TradeFi.
So any other questions before we hand off here in the chat? We'll take a couple more.
I see a question, what is TradeFi Elite? That's a good one. So that's something new as well that we're kind of it's in a bit of a brainstorm stage, but it will be coming out soon. It's kind of what happened. So we have our path to live. We've got you take the eval, you go SIP funded, you get into live funded, and we can scale your live capital to 750K. We can take it to 5 accounts, 10, 15 contracts in each account, which is a lot of scale. But what's the next step? We find the live trader that is consistently making profits. They've got an excellent track record. They've hit a certain amount, say 150K payouts. We're thinking about where to take that person next, and that's what TradeFi Elite will be. It will be an elite kind of trader program where we'll give you much more substantial drawdown opportunity to make much more income backed by TradeFi, and that's something. It's on the homepage, but it's coming soon, so expect more info on that. One other question I see, Quant Tower. So in the very short term, once we bring in Project X, you can use your Project X potential on Quant Tower. So when we launch Project X, that will come with support for Quant Tower as well.
Vinny, I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but it seems like TradeFi is expanding platform options, but maybe some of your competitors are restricting them. That seems like a good thing for traders to have choice.
I didn't say it, you said it, but I mean, I think I think choice is always good for customers. I don't, there's obviously big reasons why one particular firm would want to restrict one, but no, we want to give our users the option to trade on the platform they want. So we're not going to be stopping just at Project X. We'll be bringing in a couple more options as well. So we'll give you that option.
That sounds outstanding.
Well, look, I want us to get back into trading actions. So if there are any other questions, feel free to put it in the Discord. I'll hang around in the Discord for a little while as well and answer some questions. So with that, I'll probably hand the stage back to Ruby.
All right, and a big shout out to all the support people, Tradify, and all the mods in the Discord. I know they've been bombarded the past couple of days, but at least a little bit that I've heard, everybody's handling things pretty well. So great job to the support team here at Tradify.
Thanks, team.
Thank you.
Go straight.
Enjoy your day.
All right, guys. So there you go. Straight here, straight from the admin team. I know Brett's behind the scenes as well, but yeah, I mean, of course, we had this. I sneak that in there, but just in a practical point of view, this isn't about taking shots at a person, place, a company, anything like that. But as traders, like what works for me may not work for Mary, or work for Nick, or this guy. That have choices in platforms, where you're able to really make one your home. And listen, everybody, all three of us use multiple platforms, but to have one or two that you really zone into the charting is very, very important. Like TradingView, it's not like we talk about. It's not the best to execute trades. I don't think any of us really like executing on it. But it's such a clean chart, and I use it. It's the best just pure candlestick chart I've ever used, and it's pretty good on the Rankos as well. So I like that. I use Sierra Bookmap. Make sure you guys understand your platforms and know how to use them, so that you don't have to just migrate when you come to Tradify, and Tradify should give you plenty of choices. So yeah, I think that's definitely a big difference here as some other places.
Oh yeah.
100%.
I can't get over this. You had a really solid. I want to go back to your trade because I know you took a trade on when Gandalf was here. But that was a really, really clean entry that you got. I want to give you your flowers for that. Something that I would have taken as well. But yeah, do you want to kind of go over your thought process on that?
Yeah, I mean, thanks to you, Aaron. I stole that strategy from you.
It works. It's a really good one, especially for scalping.
Yeah, especially for scalping when you get these big kind of moves. I backtested this a bit, and I realized this happens whenever we get a big move on the 5 minute, when we use the company chart to really get a 9 EMA touch. This is, again, credits to Merit, because that's her strategy. Right, but I am using it. We literally just rejected this 9 EMA here. I'm not taking a trade just because we're touching it, but when I see that we're tapping into it, and then coming right back down, or obviously from the other side right back up, I'm taking a trade on this, and my entry was 23, 188.50, and then once I saw that we're dropping here, just trade my stop and drop it, and it got stopped out for 10 points, which is not a lot, but it's a nice scalp. Could potentially have made 20, 25 points on that, or if we would have gotten like real nice follow through, maybe even more. But now we're getting buying pressure and more push to the upside. But Mary, when you do these 9 EMA entries, you take them right away when we touch the 9 EMA, or check them and see like there is some confirmation that it's actually there.
Yeah, this is kind of a tricky one because I am looking at like a much smaller time frame. I know you look at the 1 minute. I try to look at like the 2 minute and the 1 minute, but when we see that, like for me, if I see that there's a lot of like buying action happening into it, but then like a nice little candle that kind of like breaks below it, that's where I kind of start to get a little bit more interested in taking that trade. Like I'll monitor both the 5 minute and the 2 minute. I think it works really well on smaller time frames, which is why I like this sort of strategy. But sometimes it's not always perfect, right? Like this is a really clean test. Here, this orange line on my chart is the 90 EMA on the 5 minute. So we had a really nice test of that, and Nick got a really solid entry here at 88. But when we get something like this is sort of for me an entry point that I typically I don't get it like right at the top. I'm not like I don't have like an order sitting here or anything like monitor these sort of setups. The one thing I didn't like was this candle right here. Like if we had like a little clear pattern move up to this 9 PMA, that would have been something for me. I would definitely take the top. But all to say, this was a really good, you get a nice like 20-foot scalp on this, and that's your sort of strategy, which for me it is. These are the sort of moves that I like. But right now we are making lower high or higher lows, so we could potentially move this move back up. I told you guys this 330 area was something I was looking at on PS for us to hold. Obviously, VWAP is in play as well at the 35 level. So, and we do have previous day low here sitting close to the Nasdaq as well. So, or actually Friday's low. Out here. Yeah, no, actually, yeah. Friday's low we're now sitting above, but then yesterday's low we're staying at this 22 area. Again, same area that we keep talking about, so definitely monitor that. But I think we have a little friend sitting here in the back, waiting to come in.
I think we do here. I think we've got to introduce our other usual Tuesday guest. The man who is long on trading wisdom and short on shirt buttons. The man himself, Coach Tank.
That's very good. Yeah, very well. I'll give you that one, Matt. That was brilliant.
Oh, good afternoon to you, Coach Tank. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. As Vinny said, it is great. We've had our heat wave. There was heat wave, there were warnings, everything. Everyone was taking cover, everyone was turning red.
Normal day in London.
Yeah. No, brilliant. Some nice moves today. It's we've seen of late, but I'm going to go through a few things today. But how do you guys get on today? Clearly, there's a bit of profit being taken.
Yeah, well, pretty good. I'm still a bit salty that I didn't hold my first short longer because that's such a sweet entry. Like literally, my entry in that short was 23,294, and then I exited at 280. So
Why?
Well, that would have been nice if I held on to that, but I can't have it.
Why did you exit?
Because
Let's have it.
it is my usual strategy to move break even at 15 points and then trade stuff after. It just so happened that it stopped me out and then